Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never.
Okay, Coach, it is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. That's fielded in the end zone. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Here we go. Set. 10 Tucson. Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Ready, go.
Now Leonard Fournette. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Come on.
Now Fournette. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll look to throw here. Open man is Westbrook, complete. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 90,
On second down, here's Fournette. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
First down, Jacksonville.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run with Fournette. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready,
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Come on.
Second and 9 now. Gets around him. He finds his running back, Mixon. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check, check. Hey, let's get this, get this. Hey, Charlie. Spoke to Mike. Mike spoke forward. You remember me? You draw corkers. Let's go, baby. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check your hot read. Bravo. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Archer. They got a man. It's Woods. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Fair. Let's go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check. Look at me. Go. Hey, seam 6. Seam triple.
Here's Archer. Off play action. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Yeah. 5.
25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Watch his flat.
Ready.
Back to throw is Archer, operating from the gun. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And a Jaguar first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On the run, it's Fournette. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
11 on the play. First down, Jaguars.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Jaguars nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll drop the throw. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November.
But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now Joe Mixon trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Ready, ready! 60 outlaw.
Let's go, baby. Turn it over. Get that ball.
Get it.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Focus, defense, focus.
Leo!
Now they run with Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. What? Squeeze.
Hey, switch gears. Jump.
Now Archer looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Looking for Woods that time, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Archer from the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They're going to look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That's good for 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fournette running out of the gun. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lightning speed that time for the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Wahoo! Yes, yes!
All day, every day, any day. Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on.
Archer now to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Kill, kill, kill.
Rock it.
Man out, man out, man out, man out.
Go.
Throwing after the interception. Archer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, box drop. Big grip.
Looking to throw. Archer. And that is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Come on,
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Mike, 44. Silver. No. Off.
Ready?
Here's Archer, operating from the gun. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Tighten up.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Hey, go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. This will be from 56 yards out. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Check 43. Pilot, 64, weak. Tight dog. Watch that.
Check 99. Check 99.
Gone. Fire.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down.
65, 65, smooth. 65. Mike 56, Mike 56. You got it.
Back to throw is Archer. From the gun, he'll throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
Well, I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Now Archer going to throw again. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
56.
Topper!
You can't block me.
Hey! Hey! High 7!
From the gun, Archer. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but now it'll be third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Ready. Here we go. Man left. You got 3.
He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go now. 90. Cool. Let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back of the 29.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Charlie. 57 Mike. Mike 57. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, ready, go.
Now back to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Oh, here we go. Oh, watch time, watch time. Ready.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Archer looking to throw on second down. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And now the throw taken in by Chark. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Jaguars 21, Bengals 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting?
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Try to get it to Woods.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
Maybe when Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Hit it.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Archer now operating from the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Archer throwing on fourth down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check, check. Let's go, D.
80 weapon.
Back to throw is Archer. Throwing again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Come on, set. 30 pace. Let's go. Set, go.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
First down, Jacksonville.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. This is Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambo on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now Archer from the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Archer over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it's going to be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Look, squeeze. Hey, Echo.
Archer off the play fake. And Woods has it complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Orbit, get it. 2nd
and 1. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and it's 3rd and short. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check. Sponge. No. Check 31. Check.
Hey, Sam on.
Hot. Kill.
Archer now throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So this will be a win for